Hey everybody, welcome to the Brainal podcast. This is episode 22 and it is April 13th, 2016. I am Jeppy Condile.
I am Frozen GFX.
And I am Good Coffee.
You know, I should have said I'm Jeppy Condile.
That would have been the end of Brainal.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good, man.
Cool. I always hate asking that question because, you know what, next time we podcast, I'm not going to ask you guys how you're doing before we record.
Horrible. I am doing awful. Life is a miserable pile of pitched black holes.
Okay. And I've been crying all day.
All day.
All day. My heart is bruised.
You guys okay? Okay. I feel like we'll get into some news, but I want to know, Coffee, if you started playing Dark Souls.
I have not. I got it tonight. I got the day one edition. Oddly enough, my day one edition got a delivery delay. So apparently it's the day two edition. And
that pisses me off, man.
Yeah. So I haven't played it yet. I'll probably boot it up after the podcast.
You know what bugs me? Because I know you order that through Amazon, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Amazon rarely ever, if ever, makes mistakes with shipping, right? And the postal service, like, it's usually their fault that something's late. I've had a couple times where they misdelivered. I would like an apology, right?
Hey man, I agree. I actually filed a complaint with Amazon. They gave me my 1 day shipping fee money back, and they gave me an extra month of Prime.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm
that's
okay
good.
with
That's
it.
good customer service.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, with post office, you're not going to get anything like that.
Yeah. Now, granted, my postman's awesome. He's personally cool, but just enjoy anyway. But you know what? I think you'll take this the right way. I'm glad you were so busy with non-video game stuff that it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
It doesn't. I mean, I was a little salty about it, but to be honest, I'm still playing the Bloodborne DLC, and I haven't beaten it, so it's just kind of like, oh man, I have to play another From Software game. Terrible. It's whatever.
Either way. Well, then next week we'll get your impressions from that. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Cool. Any of you guys play anything new? Anything out of the ordinary?
I did. I played a little bit of the Battleborn demo, or I should say open beta.
How was it?
It was pretty fun. I didn't think too much of it when I first started to kind of get into the lobby and do that because it seemed very cartoonish. Mm-hmm. But it was pretty fun, man. I enjoyed it a lot.
Here's my question: how much of Battleborn did you know before going into the beta?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing
gotcha.
at all.
I don't know much about Battleborn. I do know it's by Gearbox, and I know a couple of you know how I feel about Gearbox, but I'm not gonna hate on them on a podcast. But
you just did.
Say it again.
I said you just did.
I'm not gonna love on them either.
Okay.
Which way will I lean? Which way? But from what I understand, it is it's a class-based shooter, correct?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Is it first person or third person?
It is first person.
Gotcha. So just give us first impressions of the beta.
First impression, it was I think typical of. Well, I won't say typical, but as of recently, how Borderlands, that kind of animation style, it's kind of seemed a little bit like that.
Gearboxy?
Yes.
Like
yes.
So, art style, like a little
right.
cel shaded, or no? Is it not cel shaded? I don't know.
It has that cel shading feel to it.
Okay.
Very vivid colors. I mean, it was just like. I don't know. It just like a rainbow threw up rainbows.
Was it like intense, like the circus fire?
It was pretty. I don't know why there were so many colors on the screen. Let's put it that way. And then the effects to that, it just effects upon effects upon effects. So everything just kind of jumped out at you.
Almost
and it was
like Frozen GFX effects.
so. It was
You just continue.
yeah. So it was very visually shocking to me at first. Just I don't know. It's because I was tired and I had tired eyes today, but it was just too much. But then once I adjusted, got to choose my character. It felt natural. There wasn't anything that felt wonky at all. I went into a map that was like 5 people trying to clear out this area with different mobs coming at us. And it was fun because it seemed like everybody had their role. You know, whether you were a character that had melee or a character that was good for long range fire, they stuck to their roles and it worked well. And it was fun. I gotta admit, it was after a while. I kind of lost track of time because it was pretty fun to play.
Yeah, that's cool. How many available classes can you pick from?
I don't know the exact number, but I would say in or around 6 to 8.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
And is there more than one character per class you could choose from?
well, yeah, I think it's one. I think the people that they have available is like one person for each class.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, depending on your play style, what you want to play as, you'll play that one person.
And was it a team battle? Was it objective based, free for all?
It was a team battle to kind of take down the mobs, and you have your bosses and whatnot. You do have power ups along the way, which you can get individually, and then there's bonuses where people pick up that give you a team bonus. So it worked well with that as well.
Was it PvP at all? Was there any PvP?
No, no. If there is, I didn't experience it.
But again, it's just a beta, right?
Yeah. So it was just us 5 that were in the room against just NPCs. So
Gotcha.
it was nice.
That's cool. The Coffee and I were talking about Overwatch, and that's Coffee. When was it? Late May, right? It was like
Late May,
20.
May 20. I want to say 26, but I could be completely wrong. I'm probably wrong.
It's close to that. If that's not it, it's very close. But he's getting me hyped on it, and I was speaking to him earlier about I've never really played a Blizzard game before. I've maybe played a few minutes of Diablo, but that's it. So I'm very excited to play a Blizzard game. I have high expectations, but from what I understand about Blizzard, they deserve high expectations, and they usually exceed them anyway.
Excellent
so I'm very
company.
excited.
Yeah. And actually, it's May 24th, just to...
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I did end up pre-ordering an Amazon, which doesn't mean much because you don't have to put anything down. But I didn't know this. I read somewhere there's like 20-something characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I was expecting something just like a handful, but...
Yeah, more to be added as well. Now, I think they're going for that MOBA style where they just have a bunch of very unique characters to choose from. And you saw, correct me if I'm wrong, you saw that Widowmaker animated short. What'd you think of that?
I loved it. I think that one's called Alive, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have not seen the other animated shorts. I meant to do that, but I completely forgot. Just the amount of care that Blizzard put into those concept videos. Actually, not concept videos, just backstory videos or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so impressive that I think that alone, and I think I did mention this to you, that the passion they had in crafting this game, actually the animation so well, that short movie so well, really made me believe that, man, if they can pull off an animated short like that, just imagine what the game's like. And first and foremost, they are a video game company, and I didn't get any feeling from it that because that thing was the short movie was so much about the characters that I didn't get a vibe from it like it was trying to trick me into buying the game.
No.
You know, it was just it was more like an invitation to a universe. And be like, hey, you know, come see what we have to show, you know. So I really enjoyed that, so I'm very excited. I still don't know if I'm going to participate in the beta or not. Like Destiny, I want to go in with the full game unless the beta has something to offer. I don't know why betas don't do this, or most betas. I can't speak to this. It would be cool with Destiny, like you play beta, or you know, for Battleborn, whatever. If you got to get some loot, or like some type of cosmetic, I don't know, shade or whatever that you
For
can use in
participating
the
early?
main game. Was that?
For participating early?
Yeah, kind of like what the Platinum demo did in Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah, super cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that demo.
That'd be cool. If they did that, I would be more inclined to participate. But I think it's pretty funny. Man, I didn't even plan on talking about this. How do you guys feel about betas, and I guess early access type deals being used as like pre-order incentives?
To me, I think it feels kind of cheap.
Me too. For the record, I just want to just point out again. I understand, Frozen Battleborn is that beta is an open beta. It's not a pre-order incentive, right?
Right.
Okay, I just want to be very clear. And so just in general, but I am talking about like as a pre-order incentive. Sorry, Coffee, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. To be honest, I feel unless they're actually doing it for testing purposes, which is actually to improve the state of the game, and oftentimes I know it's done, and that's kind of an underlying factor for a lot of the betas that they do host. I feel that in many ways it's kind of a cheap incentive because you're playing an unfinished game. You're playing a game that's been put out. I mean, you're basically buying a game early so you could be a hamster, you know,
right,
or a guinea pig.
You're technically doing work for them, or
correct.
Yeah,
which is fine, you know. With certain games, I mean, I'm not going to say that I've never been excited about doing that kind of thing. For example, Overwatch, the Overwatch beta has a massive following, and a lot of people get really jealous about, you know, people that have access to the closed beta and things like that. So, but that isn't a pre-order bonus. That is you signed up, you happen to be one of the lucky few that got picked.
Right.
I think hiding it behind a money wall just kind of cheapens it. Yeah, I really do.
Well, I feel like it defeats the purpose of the beta. Like you said, it is testing purposes, but you're essentially doing what they would normally pay someone to do, and yet it's kind of they spin it in a way where we have to pay them to work to give them data. We pay them for that, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, if the purpose of a beta of an online beta is basically to stress test, I think they should do what Gearbox is doing it and just make it open to everybody to create that volume to really have some stress on the servers. If you do keep the beta behind a paywall, then I think you might be limiting the amount of people that have access to the beta and possibly not get an accurate reading of what the actual stress would be on the servers on launch day. You know?
Correct.
So I feel like Gearbox, I like how they are offering this beta for free. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say anything there. I do like that choice.
Can I clarify something real quick, or just to confirm something? So that question that you asked, are you talking about games that offer access to the beta when you pre-order? Was that what you said?
Yeah, like Street Fighter.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly right. So not just public betas that anyone can join.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys for that. It does cheapen the experience overall. And we even touched upon something similar to this a few podcasts ago when I don't know who it was, but it was something along the lines of getting additional content when you pre-order, and then you also get access to a beta or some kind of
Like
exclusive
like
trial.
costumes or something, or you get a weapon,
Yeah,
or just
I don't mind costumes and stuff like that. What drives me nuts is when they do retailer exclusive DLC.
oh, I see.
I
Like
feel
Street
like
Fighter
that's
did that.
something GameStop actually kind of has to do at this point, though, to remain competitive with Amazon with the Prime 20% discount. I mean, that's 20% off brand new games. I mean, what is Games? I mean, GameStop can't even touch that at the moment.
Yeah, no, they're gonna
So,
have to. They're gonna have to do something about it. Granted, I mean, you do have to pay $100 a year, but with the, you know,
with the amount
with
of
the rate that we
games,
consume video games, it's a
yeah,
no brainer. I mean, most of us are Prime before they open that deal.
absolutely.
The question is, how long is that deal gonna last? I mean,
I don't
it
know.
seems like it's just gonna be just it is what it is. And from what I
Hmm.
understand, if you pre-order or if you purchase the game new within the first 2 weeks of release, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So that's awesome. I actually canceled my Star Fox pre-order from GameStop and did that through Amazon. Um, but the yeah, let's see what GameStop has to do. GameStop, however, is dabbling in publishing.
I
Did that
saw that.
did that game come out yet by Insomniac?
I
What
don't
was
believe so.
it's a Song of the
Yeah, I
Deep or
think it's
something like
still
that?
something, but it's still behind wraps.
Let's say that again.
It's not out yet,
Oh,
basically.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, but it's not just GameStop because they had what was it? It was and it's not even a physical retail specific thing. It's Street Fighter Five Frozen had. I got mine through PlayStation Network. I got the Chun Li outfit. You got yours Best Buy or GameStop,
Best Buy.
and you got the Cammy outfit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think GameStop had the hot Ryu.
So hot.
So hot. I
You
do
do.
like the fact that at least they will be able to release them all. Um, and I think those are premium costumes you have to pay money for. So it is cool that when you pre-ordered, you actually did get something that you normally have to pay for. But I think I'm pretty sure I apologize for not knowing any games specifically, but I'm pretty sure there were games that you can only get this piece of content if you pre-order from this one particular
Hot, right?
retailer. Harry is awesome. Um, yeah, so I thought that was interesting. But how do you guys feel? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, and I think I know where both of you stand. How do you guys feel about betas in general? Like for me, again, usually I try not to play something before the final product. Does it not matter to you guys? Is it more game specific?
Really
Yeah.
quick. Did we finish saying what games we played this week before we get into the betas?
No, we're just kind of winging it now, but we're still talking about that. We'll come around.
Okay. Betas in general, I think can be good. Um, I've certainly enjoyed my fair share of betas in the past, especially when it comes to computer gaming. I'm not the biggest computer game in the world, but I have dabbled in MMOs every once in a while. I don't have time for them anymore, but in the past, I have enjoyed playing betas for both Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14, the two online Final Fantasy titles, and I know there's a purpose for them, but if I just think the issue is if they put it behind a paywall, that's my problem. But overall, I think betas are great as long as they aren't, uh, restrictive like that. As long as it doesn't have that kind of, if you buy the game early, you get this beta. No, I just think that's kind of silly.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, I think for me personally, for me to play a beta, or early access. It's really just kind of case by case, depending on what the game is. For example, I mean, No Man's Sky. I don't want to play a demo of that because I have already have a feeling that I'm going to love the game, and I've been keeping myself in the dark about any content for that. So I just want to pick it up brand new without any predetermined opinions of it. But as far
What
as
about
any
Mirror's
other
Edge
games,
though? Didn't you apply to be in the beta?
I did. Yeah, I did. Because and that's another situation where I was like, I like the game. I know I like the first one. Chances are I am going to like the second one, but I wouldn't mind playing the beta for that, or a demo or whatever it is for that. But it's just kind of a case by case basis for me.
Gotcha. Cool. Coffee. What have you been playing?
Um, I have been playing Bloodborne, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Still doing the Bloodborne. I'm on the DLC now. I believe I'm on the last boss of the campaign, so I put that aside and I've been playing the DLC. Really enjoyable DLC. One of the things I will say about From Software is their DLC is always top notch. Very few games DLC, aside with the DLC that I've been able to enjoy through Mario Kart 8, really comes to the level of content that From Software puts into their games and just the thought they come with the DLC of their games. I've also been playing through Kingdom Hearts for the mobile. It's called Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. I'm having a lot of fun with it. For a mobile game, especially for a freemium game, it's quite enjoyable. I'm quite impressed with what Square has done.
If you don't mind me asking, how much do you charge for it?
It's free. It's freemium.
I thought they said premium.
No, it's free. Free to play. The extra stuff that you can pay for, it's really easy to get. You don't have to pay much. They're being really generous.
That's cool.
So I'm enjoying it. Gives me a little kind of a little taste to enjoy before Kingdom Hearts 3, and I know the story in the game is directly related to Kingdom Hearts 3 in a way, so it's cool that they have that tie-in, and they finally made it available for us here in North America, because it's been out since, I believe, 2013 or early 2014 in Japan.
Gotcha.
Hey, I got a quick question for you guys. So you both have played the Final Fantasy 15 demo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I tried that today, but I'm getting very low FPS on that.
Huh.
Have you guys experienced that at all?
Yeah, it's not at 60.
Yeah, it's a little lower.
Well, I mean, to the point where if I'm turning my character around, I mean, you can definitely see like stutters on that. I mean, it could be my system.
I have
doing
not
it, but-
experienced that, personally.
I have noticed that the frame rate, it's maybe like 30, maybe a little bit lower. I mean, it's noticeable. Stuttering, I'd have to play it again. I was just so enthralled by the visuals that I wasn't paying attention to the frame rate. But
Well,
yeah,
that's the other thing. I didn't play very long with that. I'm still in the little thing where you're going through the forest, collecting those gems.
Yeah.
But it felt to me, just in the graphics, like I was playing a PS2 game.
What?
And I mean, so maybe there is something going on with my console, but I wasn't impressed at all with what I saw.
you were playing on the TV?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah, really. It's a beautiful game.
The design
Yeah.
may feel a little old, like collecting whatever those little orbs were.
Well, yeah, that didn't bother me. I mean, I was, the first couple minutes, I just took it upon myself to look around.
Can
really
you
kinda
do me
see
the biggest
things.
favor? Did you get to the second area?
Oh man, I got up to the point where you jump into the pond.
Okay,
And then that was it.
play the I don't want to tell you what it is. Play the second area, and then next week tell me if you feel the same.
Okay.
I would agree with what Jeffy says.
Yeah, I would play the whole. It's not that long. I think it's
About 45 minutes total.
four main areas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot, man. I just at this point I was just kind of like, man, it's disappointing. I'm not seeing what I would like, and not only that, it's really stuttering.
I had the exact opposite reaction, so that's I don't know.
It looked
different.
amazing to me, but I don't know. I think you should. If you're saying PS2, I think I don't know. Maybe you have recently. I don't know, but I think you should look online and
Check out
watch
PS2
a video
games.
of like Final Fantasy X, not the update. Just watch a video and remind yourself what PlayStation 2 graphics were.
Yeah, I mean, I admit that
Like
that's a bit of a stretch, but it was my first initial reaction. And it was like, man, what the hell is this?
Did you deal with any of the lighting changes? Did you change the weather? Did you do any of that stuff?
I did, and I didn't see any changes.
Wait, what? That sounds like a glitch to me because it definitely changed when I used this.
Well, I mean, I saw this like dragon thing, and then some kind of serpentine dragon fly up in the sky. But other than that, I didn't see much else.
No weather, no.
I mean, I saw the thing where it says, it affects the weather, whatever the message is. But I
the
didn't see
weather, but
anything.
yeah, but what about the day and night stuff? I don't know. Oh yeah. I'll play more of it. I think.
Blasphemy.
I did notice a lower than normal frame rate. Sorry, not lower than normal, just a generally low frame rate. But I definitely did not get the impression that it didn't look good. I thought it looked great.
I think it's one of the best looking things I've ever seen, and I've seen some good looking things.
Maybe I gotta clean my console. I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah. I have. No.
Like the dust fence, and
Gotcha.
But
Do you think it might be like a TV setting maybe?
No, man, because everything else looks crispy and delicious.
Okay.
But everything else is,
Gotcha.
in high resolution.
I like it when it's crispy. I like it when it's delicious.
Yes.
Coffee, you play anything else new, out of the ordinary for you?
Not really that I could think of. I've just been mainly doing Bloodborne and some the Kingdom Hearts. So
Frozen. I mean, we just started. The first thing you said was the Battleborn demo. Is there anything else you played?
I got back into Star Fox.
Yes, that's right. That's right. We were just talking about that. Coffee. I do want to. Again, I know I talked to you about this, but before Star Fox Zero comes out, I do want to play the original with you.
I'm down.
Cool.
Town.
Got you. So, any thoughts on revisiting the original?
So muscle memory is a hell of a thing, guys.
Yeah.
Because I have not played that game for over 20 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
And after just a few minutes, I was already doing the things that I remember like naturally doing. It was fun. It was really fun. And yeah, man, I can't wait to get back into playing it again. To be honest with you,
Cool.
it was fun.
Cool. Anything else?
That's about it. I played more CS:GO, but that's the
You
normal
told me
stuff.
you beat Town of Light.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, those parts are going to be coming out soon.
Cool.
I'm just going to leave it to the videos because I don't want to ruin anything, and I kind of don't want to talk about it right now.
Gotcha. I resumed Lone Survivor today, and I recorded parts 3 through 5, I think, and as creepy and crazy as that game was before, there's something about playing part 3 where 4 where things just started to click, as far as I see the setup of the game. And because it kind of just throw you in there. There are tutorials, but what that game is able to achieve with the graphics that it presents is incredible.
Pretty nuts, right?
Say it again.
I said it's pretty nuts, right? The music, the
The
atmosphere.
music is great. It has crazy David Lynch vibes to it. Like whoever Jasper Byrne, I think that's his name. Whoever made that game must have been a huge David Lynch fan, and I'm digging the crap out of it. Um, and yeah, I'm invested in it. It's still terrifying, but I think there's enough, I guess, story or hint to a story in it where I'm like, I want to know how this ends. So I'm very excited about that. Haven't played more Life is Strange. Got sidetracked. Quantum Break is going really well. There was a game that I was playing. I forgot to mention last week. You'd think I would write this down. I'm gonna forget again. Shoot. Oh wait. Oh, it was
Was it Dang It, Ron Paul?
no. It was Oh crap! Oh yeah, I did start a game that I was going to play. I did tell you this, Coffee. I started Symphony of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. But man, there was. I don't know. I can't.
Hey, you Pikachu.
No. And I started. I resumed also Gravity Rush, and I forgot how great that game is.
It's
The
an
remastered
excellent
one.
game.
Yeah. But and then the usual suspects after that. But yeah. Okay, so let's get into some news, and not a lot of crazy news, just a few things that I've noticed. I'm like, oh, so you guys hear about Titanfall 2?
I did.
Nope.
Yeah. So I forgot somebody, maybe it was EA directly. They released a teaser. I haven't actually seen the teaser. I don't know if it's a video or not, but it definitely confirmed Titanfall 2 will be multi-platform, and or I should say PS4, Xbox One, and I think they're going to show gameplay of it in mid to late June. In another teaser, which it's funny because as much as Respawn, there was a lot of hype around that game, and I'm not saying I did play it. But I feel like the hype fizzled fairly quickly, and I don't know for sure, but I feel like that might have been attributed to its Xbox One exclusivity with the Xbox One launch. If something were to be Xbox One exclusive at this point, I feel like the Xbox One has corrected some of the launch mistakes that it had, where it would be okay. But I don't know. And also the fact that Titanfall mainly was a multiplayer game with no campaign that I was aware of. So I'm curious if you guys would try Titanfall 2 when it comes out on PS4.
I'll
Me.
give it a shot. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you got the things. With
No,
the,
that's
with
all.
the mouth?
That's all I was about to say. Just I'll give it a shot. That's all I said.
Okay. Me probably not. With multiplayer only games, I tend not to be super attracted to that type of thing.
I'm willing to bet. They're gonna have a campaign.
You think so?
Yeah, because I feel like they noticed that was a glaring omission from the first one, and if Respawn is trying to make a name for themselves, and they clearly have the pedigree, and EA wants success. I mean, I feel like they would be. I'd hate to say it. I feel like they would be stupid to not put a campaign in there.
Yeah,
Titanfall
but
2.
granted, I hope it's not something that they like at the last minute. Oh, you need a campaign. Put a campaign in there, and then it feels like fluff. It's kind of tacked on, not really polished. That's a concern of mine for that kind of thing. But I feel like it's unfair for me to really talk too much about Titanfall because I've actually never played the original game. I mean, I've heard good things. I know my brother played it. He enjoyed the multiplayer, but he only enjoyed it for a short-lived period of time.
Yeah, I feel like Respawn would. I think they would put a lot of thought into their. The original Infinity Ward put a lot of thought into their story. Modern Warfare 2, I thought had really cool stories and
I would
obviously
agree.
crazy set pieces. What was that?
I said I would agree with you. Yeah, I thought they were good.
So I'm hoping they use that with this. I don't know. Yeah, I'm optimistic about it. But I just thought that was interesting. This is more or less geared towards Frozen. Um,
Hmm.
I
Give it to me.
the so there was I saw a video about this. Um, there is something in the Ghost in the Shell universe called the virtual reality diver. Have you heard of this?
No, but I love it already.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, Coffee, I know you're not too familiar with the Ghost in the Shell universe, even though I'm pretty sure you've seen like bits and pieces. Ever since the first Ghost in the Shell, which came out, when did that come out? Frozen, early '90s, right?
1994.
So ever since then, a lot of the interface they showed between cyborgs, humans, and the internet was essentially like virtual reality. And I think they recreated, not standalone complex, I think they recreated the aesthetics of the original movie in virtual reality.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and in a 15-minute, it's like, I guess it's an interactive movie, but done by Production IG. And I was unaware of this. Well, I mean, I saw the video, but I didn't know how they're going to release it. And I saw this article a few days ago saying Production IG said it will not be coming to mobile phones because I guess mobile phones can't support the whatever the movie is or the experiences, I should say. But they did say that they promised it was going to come to PlayStation VR, and I freaked the crap out.
I'm wet.
But there's no confirmation of it coming to the States yet.
Oh, damn.
So I think they were just saying Japan, or no, I think they were just referring to Japan. But
And another reason why we should be going to Japan.
I know, but man, just to
Oh,
major.
dude.
Motoko.
That makes me one of the moist boys.
Yeah.
My god, man, I would love to experience that. I think I would hook into that and I would never leave.
You'd loop that 15 minutes forever.
You know what I'll do, Frozen?
And ever?
When I come down like Christmas, I'll bring it, and I'm hoping it would be out by then.
No, what you mean is that when you get it, I will be booking a flight there to spend the week there.
No, the rest of your life.
That's true. But what's the rest of the hey, man? You can have a roommate.
You're gonna have a life mate.
A partner.
Speaking of roommates, horror of the Orient.
Wait, what does that have to do with roommates?
No, I tried to look for the most random segue. No news. First off, I want to be clear. No news came out about this at all. But I think Coffee and I were talking one day, and I just randomly remembered that game, and I just want to just reiterate, actually, just say for the first time on the podcast, how much I want that game to come out. For those who don't know, Horror of the Orient is the next game coming from Team Bondi, who made L.A. Noire. But there have been no updates on it in the past couple of years.
Can you hold on just a second? What's the name of this game?
Horror
of the Orient, like a hooker? Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought.
Orient,
Okay. I thought that was what I was hearing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
And I love that title. I hope they don't change it. I just decided to mention that. Another thing was, apparently, I didn't know about this. Coffee, you might know about this, but Suda51's next game is a free-to-play game called Let It Die. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
So, how much do you know about it? I don't know much about it. I just know that...
I know for a fact that it looks very generic for Suda51. Considering the types of games and the pedigree he's had in the past, I'm actually a little disappointed from what I saw of it. but I'll give it a shot when it comes out.
Cool. Man, something just popped in my head I wanted to mention. Oh, it was a prediction about coffee. We were talking about games. I had a prediction about it. Was I talking to you about this?
Maybe.
It was a prediction about. Oh man, I'm gonna have to edit this part out. Thinking. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. It's gonna drive me freaking nuts. Anyway, if it pops in my head, I'll think of it. Yeah, I mean that's that. Any other news that came out that you guys can think of? You want to talk about?
I got nothing.
No.
Dark Souls 3, I want that in my mouth. Yesterday. Now. And that's all I got.
Gotcha. Roden, nothing?
Nothing, man.
All right. Want to do the question of the week?
Sure. Pretty simple. What game would you introduce to someone who's never played a video game before?
Oh, wow.
I got one.
Go for it.
And this is based solely on an experience that I've had with my own mom. She was completely enthralled with Okami.
Oh, wow.
Just based upon the painterly art style. Just she thought it was beautiful. She loved the music. She thought it was. It's a very good argument for people that don't think that games could be an art form, and I feel that people that enjoy art in any way, shape, or form can enjoy Okami, at least looking at it. It's certainly not the easiest game in the world to play. My mom certainly putzed around for quite a long time trying to figure out what to do, and she didn't get very far, but the time that she had with it, she enjoyed quite a bit. I actually broke out my old PS2 so she could play it when she was, my dad was out of town and she was there for the weekend, and Amaterasu kept her company, so she enjoyed that. So that's definitely something I would introduce to people that have not played games before.
Cool.
Nice.
I think I would go with, and this experience with my mom, I think I would go with Journey on that one. Very quick
Nice.
experience. You can play it, but it's undeniable how amazing that game is. Really conveys, video games as art, and it's just done so well. It sucks you into that world, and it's so simple too, at the same time.
That's a good one. My mom actually watched me play that the entire campaign for Journey, so I could agree with you on that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that one.
My pick, this game I haven't personally beaten because there's been so many different calamities that have come together for me that prevented me from beating it. And I will say, though, that I've watched a lot of people play it. I know the game well just by, I guess, secondhand. Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. It's a good one.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that would kind of awaken that sense of adventure, sense of that storyline, and then the awe of just climbing on top of these colossus to take them down.
And the music too, man.
Yeah.
Sweeping, beautiful orchestrated music.
Yeah,
Anyone
it's
can
funny because I
appreciate
was
it.
just talking to you about yesterday about Reign Over Me.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
that's
Reign of
actually
Fire.
different movie.
I thought you were gonna say PT. I introduced people to PT,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
I did.
that's actually what you did. So good for
it was
you.
Great. Yeah,
Yeah, that's about it, man.
that's cool. But there's something undeniable about the original Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's kind of inherently easy to pick up and, like, yeah, you get it.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
I just picked Dark Souls. I think that'd be the most
Yeah, why not?
enjoyable.
Why not ghouls and goblins? Let's just do that.
How about the original Ninja Gaiden? Because everyone knows how easy that game is.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, dude. Okay, let me tell you something about that original Ninja Gaiden. My parents used to work at a USO on the Orlando Navy base. It's not there anymore. And in the back room was an arcade. There was a ping pong table, pool table, a few arcades. And a pinball machine too. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And the guy who maintained the arcade machines, so for the summer I would stay with my parents over there. It was a fun place. And I'd be there early, and he would give me on each machine, he would like press a button and give me like 10 credits on each thing for free every day, which was so cool. But one of the things that was there was one of those, I forgot what they were called. It was a Play Select. Is that what it was? Something like that. It was an arcade machine that had Nintendo games where you could essentially pay to play one of several games on there for a certain amount of time.
Arcade cabinet ever.
Yeah, and it has like a timer.
Yeah, that's where I first saw Ninja Gaiden.
Like
That's where I
Nintendo
first saw
Select
Super
or
Mario Brothers 3. And I used to, first off, Ninja Gaiden obviously was difficult as crap, but I used to just sit and just watch the arcade cabinet go through Ninja Gaidens. You know how they have those little sequences. If you don't press start, it shows like a little to try and lure you in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I remember with
money.
Ninja Gaiden, it showed the story of. It started off with like I guess it was Ryu's father and whoever the main bad guy is, and they're like ninjas, classic anime style, in a field, and they run towards each other at night, and then they clash swords, and then they stand far away, back to back, and then one person drops. It was Ryu's father. Spoiler alert. And then it shows Ryu. He's older and he gets a sword, but that song that played was just like, oh my god, it was classic, but it was so good.
And that's how Dead or Alive was born.
Yeah.
And boob physics.
So that game, the original game, was difficult. I never played 2 or 3. I have played the reboot. I like the reboot.
Remember that TV show, Reboot?
Huh?
What?
I do, actually.
Wait, say that again?
Yes.
I said, do you remember that TV show, Reboot?
Oh, is that like a kid show, right? Computer animated? Were people blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing commercials.
Well, you missed out on 99.9% of lame. Actually, it's pretty good. I liked it.
Dude, what about the Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
Oh, the best.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that like old guy that was like Mario like died from like high levels of
Awesomeness.
fatty acids. No, not fatty acids. He died from like hyper. I don't know.
Yeah, let's focus on that.
Yeah.
Also,
But he was handsome.
Saturday morning cartoons. Do you guys remember? There was Captain N. Remember that?
Yeah. And the Zelda game. The Zelda. God, so bad.
With the Mario with the Mario show.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Captain N was the one. He had Bigfoot, right? The truck.
Yeah.
And some basketball player, I remember, and some guy from the game Narc, right?
Yeah. The whole show is just freaking bizarro land. It didn't make a lot of
Game
sense.
Boy was a character? I don't know. But then there was another show on Saturday morning cartoons where I remember it was Mega Man was in it.
There was a Mega Man. There was a Mega Man cartoon for a while, actually.
No. But but I'm saying in the 90s, it was a hodgepodge group. Mega Man was one of the many characters in it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm not trying to remember the other characters in it though.
I don't remember. I only saw a couple episodes. I was more of an Earthworm Jim guy myself.
Yeah, the original was cool. Man, that's crazy. Good times. Anyway, you guys good?
I'm good.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody, thank you for joining us in the Brainal podcast. This was episode 22. Look for our podcast. We are on YouTube, obviously, iTunes, and Shout Engine. Am I saying that correct?
Yep.
Shout Engine. And we would appreciate any support, not monetary support, but support through likes and subscribes. That'd be really cool. And look forward to these weekly. And I still can't believe it's episode 22, Frozen.
I know, we've come a long way, man.
We have. That's awesome. I can't wait to see Giggles again in another year.
Yeah, I can't wait to tickle Giggles.
Yeah. I might as well just say this now because he's never gonna listen to this. He should be visiting Coffee and myself next week, I think. And I did import Dead or Alive Extreme 3, so we will be playing that, probably be streaming that too at the same time. Yeah, he has no idea, nor will he have any idea. Even when he plays it, he won't know.
Oh, he'll know. His pants will know.
Dude, I'm not gonna do this, but we should do a game where we have to wear like the thinnest like sweatpants, and like
Yeah,
the
it
loser,
should be like the
loser has to like stand
Batsu
up.
game. It
Huh?
should be the Batsu game. Whoever could avoid getting. You're not even.
No, but like in volleyball, whoever loses has to stand up
Oh. Yes.
and just proud. That'd be hilarious. Oh, that's good stuff. Anyway, everyone, take care. We'll see you next week on the Braille Podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Later.